Assalamualaikum semua. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Khabar semua?
Baik.
Ya. Kita tunggu yang lain masuk sekejap ya. Okey, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Tolong onkan apa ni kamera you all. Yeah. Make sure you ada kat sana lah. Yeah. It's not your ghost. Okay, hari ni I'm going to share in relation to Industry 4.0. Pernah dengar Industry 4.0? Yeah, Industry.
Pernah.
Okay, so this is a very big words lah dekat Malaysia. And not only Malaysia lah, the whole world is actually talking about Industrial Revolution 4. And it's something that we all to have to learn and need to have some sort of knowledge of it, because as engineer, we are actually the mechanism to make the industry 4.0 rolling. And maybe some of you will working in the industry that really implementing this industry 4.0, or in the support industry and so on. But the other way around is that there are a lot of perception and also ideas from many people on how we define Industry 4.0. What I'm going to share today is actually on the pillar of Industry 4.0, Industrial Revolution 4.0, and how actually our country is embarking towards this revolution. Okay, sharing video slide. Okay. Ada nampak slide tak?
Nampak sih.
Nampak ya?
Nampak.
Okay, Industrial Revolution 4.0, but I like to focus more into two pillars of it, which is robotics and AI lah. If you want to cover the whole thing, maybe a bit difficult for this short time. And I also like to introduce TVET. Have you heard about TVET? Yeah? The Technical Vocational Education and Training. So beyond our degree syllabus, which we are learning about theory and also in order to pass the exam. So we also have one program that our government is embarking, which is the TVET. This also will be one of the key that I want to share. Okay. Okay, so in Malaysia, dekat Malaysia ni, we have one policy so-called Industry Forward. This was launched in 2018. So the objective is to introduce how Malaysian industry going to embark into this industry for revolution. So there are 11 pillars that been put inside the policy. We have artificial intelligence, big data analytics, augmented reality, additive manufacturing, cybersecurity, simulation, advanced material, autonomous robot, system integration, Internet of Things, and cloud computing. So these 11 pillars. At least for Malaysian perspective, this is one of the significant policy that have been launched by the government. And recently, Mostly also launched another policy of science and technology. That will be another topic I'm going to discuss. Okay, let's have a look on this first. And for now, we are actually going to focus into these two pillars, which is artificial intelligence, AI, and also autonomous robot. Okay, and for Tibet, actually when the industrial revolutions dominating most of the industry in the world, there will be a lot of worries that the machine will going to replace humans. Um, by right, some of the works that need to be simplified, some of the repetitive work, something that we do in routine. Is there something that the robot or also the machine can replace that? In order to make the works more efficient, more engaging, and also more cost effective. So these are the 15 jobs that will expected to disappear for the next 20 years. Now also we have seen, we're very rare to see taxi in our place, right? So drivers will be the most to be replaced by machine. And in future also, in the near future, the autonomous vehicle will be become more normal in our life. So we're going to have a driverless car that running driving on our roads. So drivers will be the first group that going to disappear. And then we also seen farmers also where more technologies have been introduced in agriculture. So we will see less people getting involved in the farming operation. Another one is printers and publishers. When we have a lot of news, they're already in online. So printed material for news is no longer a need. Not like previous years. So we can also have our textbook online, our news to be online. So we can get the information very quickly. Without need to buy the printed material. And then other service industry like cashiers. Travel agents also will be eliminated, already eliminated during this COVID. There's not many people having the luxury to travel right now. This is actually the significant indicator on how the current situation is actually eliminating one of the biggest industry in the world. And then manufacturing workers, as we all know, many robots being used in the industry. And for those who are working in the production line, for example, they will be replaced by robots. And then dispatches, this is when our mobile platform able to be controlled by autonomous machine. So we also nowadays very rare to see a dispatch. So all those being replaced by either a delivery company or by a machine. Another industry in service, which is waiters, also will be affected. Bank tellers, online banking already taking place, and we're gonna have another revolution on fintech also. So the banking will become more convenience, more online, and when the physical money potentially be replaced by a digital money, that will make the bank tellers is not significant at all. And for military pilots and soldiers, these are another futuristic things where now drones have been used widely in military. And future soldier also probably is going to be a machine. Fast food workers, we no need to have fast food workers anymore. We just need to have a restaurant that able to provide delivery service, and also some of the face-to-face workers will be replaced by robots. Telemarketers, we have a chatbot already to replace telemarketers. Accountant and tax preparers, this is something that already reduced more than half by accounting software and so on. Stock traders, no more stock traders right now, and construction workers. Okay, so in order to embark into this future, there's a program called Technical and Vocational Education and Training. This is where the graduates from university being trained in order to have a specific skill to be focused before they're entering a real working world. So we have high-scale education and training, programming also, and also innovation and entrepreneurship. So this is how the our country is putting a lot of effort right now. So maybe after you graduate, you want to join one of the TVET program in order to upgrade your skill. That's also a good thing to do. Okay, so Industrial Revolution 4.0, this is actually the flow on the historical story about Industrial Revolution. It takes about 200 years in order to reach up to this Industry 4.0. So every Industrial Revolution, there are significant technology that be introduced, and there are significant technology that play important role. Let's back to Industry 1.0. For Industry 1, it's actually more into a steam and water power. So we have the main concern during the introduction of the Industrial Revolution is actually to transport a commodity, commodity like rice or corn, from one place to another. This is the big problem previously, 200 years ago, because the farmers they produce the commodities, but they are not able to reach the market. So transportation need to be there in order to transport that commodities. So that's the first big problem that push into the Industry Revolution 1.0. And at this time, some mechanical machine also been introduced. Actually, mechanical engineering is one of the oldest engineering field. And when the steam engine been introduced, a train that run by the steam engine and also a ship run by steam engine. This is two big industry that being appeared during the Industry 1.0. And then for after about 100 years, uh, there are a lot of requirement for producing a product in the mass quantity. So the industry moving into producing product or parts in a mass quantity. So that is where the oil and gas production also started, and the electricity also being introduced at this time. So this enabled the factory to run a mass production and multiply their production. So at this Industry 2.0 also, the automotive industry being started. I mean in the mass production landscape. And we also have seen the electricity helps a lot of industry to develop and increase their capacity of production. And then after around 70 years, the Industry 3.0, which computer and IT being introduced in the industry. So at this time, we have a processor, a computer processor that enable the machine to do faster calculation and faster movement. And we have a microcircuits and processor. We have automated production and global supply chain. So during this Industry 3.0, the industry become intercontinent. So meaning that the product that been produced in US can be shipped, can be sent to the consumer in Asia, for example. So the shipping industry become very blooming at this time. And we can also see the internet industry also picking up. The email system being introduced, the electronic mailing system, and also at this time the communication of the telecommunication using telephone and also other medium of telecommunication being introduced. And then for today, not even 100 years, we already embarking into Industry 4. So Industry 4 actually started in the probably around 20th century, 21st century. At this time, the machine is considered as the cyber-enabled machine. Yeah? So meaning that the machine and machine can be interconnected, and the mass production become more efficient, and many smart devices being introduced. Yeah? The computer even become more faster, and the electronic device become smaller and smaller. Yeah? And during this Industry 4.0, robotics and AI play a very important role in the way that these two elements is actually enable the other substance of the technology to be delivered for the human needs. Yeah, okay. So during Industry 4.0, we can see the internet become very crowded, and the cloud computing be introduced, in order to manage that traffic. And we can also see we found a lot of invention in terms of device, smartphone, driverless car, drones, etc. So this is the Industry 4.0. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the two main topic that we like to discuss today. Is one of it is the artificial intelligence. Yeah, I believe everyone heard about this artificial intelligence. Yeah. So what is artificial intelligence actually? Okay. So in summary, AI is the capability of a machine to imitate intelligent human behavior. This is very straightforward definition. Yeah. But AI is actually a big umbrella. Yeah? It's a big umbrella. So underneath the AI, there is one component called machine learning. Yeah? So this machine learning is actually a process, a subset of AI that enable a system to learn and recognize pattern, to make prediction and also decision. Yeah. So the core element in AI, one of it is the machine learning. Yeah. Okay, so underneath this AI and machine learning, when the number of data that be handled by the machine or algorithm become huge, so we require another subset of AI that we call deep learning. Yeah? So deep learning is the advanced machine learning technique, that gaining traction. Yeah? It use some advanced algorithm like neural network, in order to simulate the data storage and also do the processing in order to come up with a better decision and better assumption. Yeah? So um, deep learning, machine learning, and AI is actually in one big umbrella. Yeah? So it's not something that we need to separate each other. Yeah? So when we're talking about AI, there must be machine learning, and most probably when the data size is increased, we need a deep learning as well. Okay, so this is the 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 um, the simplest understanding on how we define the artificial intelligence. Okay, all right. So the ideal system of AI has been mentioned by Alan Turing. Yeah, so Alan Turing is an engineer. So he actually in 1950 he developed a machine that able to mimic a human behavior. Yeah? At this time, they call it the Turing test. Yeah? So the Turing test require the machine ability to exhibit intelligent behavior that equivalent to a human. So based on this Turing test, it evolved, and nowadays we have AI, and for the AI system, they need some component to make it an ideal solution for our technology. Yeah. So the ideal AI system, there are four main components of it. Yeah. The first one, it must have the element of natural language processing. This is NLP. So natural language processing is one component in AI in order to recognize text and also to convert it into the speech, and recognize the speech to convert it into text. Or in other words, we call it text to speech or speech to text. Yeah? And it also very important in the speech recognition technology. Yeah? for the machine or the robot to able them to have a conversation with human. Yeah? And then we need to have a knowledge representation. Yeah? So knowledge representations, meaning that based on the data that been assembled in one bigger platform. Yeah. So we need an algorithm in order to sort that data according to the needs and all, according to the classification of that data. Yeah? So the knowledge representation is like our brain. Yeah. Our left brain and right brain. Yeah. We have a different capacity of the brain. Yeah. So the right brain processing on the behavior, the left brain processing on the figure. Yeah. So this is actually how the knowledge representation plays important role in AI. Yeah? Okay. And then we need to have automated reasoning. So automated reasoning is more into autonomous behavior of that machine. Yeah? How the machine able to understand humans' feeling. Yeah? How the machine able to react in according to the situation or the environment. This is where the automated reasoning is also very important in AI. Yeah? And then we have element of machine learning, where the machine need to learn by the data that been input in the database, or the machine learn by its own according to the environment also the sensing data that been input inside the machine. Yeah. Okay, this is the four ideal AI system. Everyone okay? Am I too fast?
No, sir.
Okay ya. So dia agak tinggi level dia, cuma saya tak sentuh benda detail-detail. Saya sentuh yang on higher part saja, on the surface dulu, supaya you all ada good understanding. Okay, machine learning. As simple as comparing human and computer machine. Human learn from experience. Computer follow instruction. What you program, the computer will do. And if the computer able to learn from experience and data, it become a machine learning and intelligent machine. Yeah. So this is how the machine learning is a combination of a computer performance with the experience by human embed together, and the machine learning able to process that to learn about the data and also the experience of humans. Okay, so how to program computer to learn? So basically, this is one of the example. If you wanna buy a car according to the model and also a price, this is probably the way that you're looking at. So one technique, we call it linear regression technique, is a method, a linear method that being used to minimize the error on the prediction. But for this machine learning, so how actually we define the ideal line? Normally we will do, we'll just simply draw a line, a simple line that connect these three dots and get the least error between it. We find the line that have the most least error. And from there, we able to have the best predictions and the best solution to get the value of the, for example, for this one, selecting the car and also the price. Okay, this is one technique, linear regression technique, which we able to teach the computer, in order to learn about the parameter. In this case, is the car model and the price. Okay. So there are several types of machine learning algorithm. We have supervised, unsupervised, and reinforced. So supervised method mainly on the data that being fed by us to the computer. So we train the algorithm, and at the end, it process and pick up the function that the best describe the possibility of that particular question. This is where the linear regression normally being used. So we feed the computer with the data. Unsupervised is where the computer are being trained to gather their own data and taking consider on the parameter. that mainly used to understand the pattern detection and recognition, yeah, and to describe suitable modeling on certain particular subject. Yeah. So unsupervised mainly where the computer have been trained to gather their own data. Eh? There are also another segment we call it semi-supervised. Yeah? Semi-supervised is mean that uh, human put some data and the computer also learn something from the data. Yeah, so the data gathered both between human and also the computer. Yeah? And then another segment is reinforced machine learning. So this one is the higher level of machine learning, yeah, where the computer not only gathering and understand the data, but it use their capability to do some analysis and take action from it. Yeah? For example, if you have a robot that able to do cooking at home, so it's very dynamic and very unstructured environment. Yeah? So by having a reinforced machine learning, the robot able to decide the quantity of sugar and how to do the cooking, everything. Yeah? So this is the higher part of machine learning, which is reinforcement. Yeah? So at the AI part, we need to push our development into this reinforced, meaning that the machine is already at the most autonomous level. It can learn, it can make their own decision and take their own action. Yeah? So this is the highest part of the AI. Yeah? Okay. So what the robot needs from AI? So we need to have speech recognitions, synthesis, NLP. Yeah? For speech, we need to have speech recognition, word synthesis, natural language processing, and multilingual. Yeah? For vision, we need detections, we need recognition, analysis, and also storage. For decision making, we need to have analytics. We need to have algorithm to understand emotion, reinforced reasoning, and also reinforced learning. Yeah? So this is what the robot need from AI. Yeah? Okay, and then for the big data, so big data is actually it actually being um, talking about the whole world data. Is actually accommodating a very very big data, and also it increase every second. Yeah? So how we actually can gather, yeah, store, and also manage this data, yeah? Because there's a lot of unstructured data, yeah, that being gathered and being mined every day. And by this year, the amount of data will be reached up to 44 zettabyte, yeah, which is 44 trillion gigabyte already. Yeah? So this data, this is the world data that need to be managed and stored. Okay, so for robotic, we have actually three big, two big component of robotics, and overlap area of one. Yeah, the biggest group is industrial robot, the robot that works in the industry, and the other group is service robot, the robot that works outside the industrial segment. Yeah, and recently when Industry 4.0 coming up, yeah, the industrial robot that previously just doing very repetitive and straightforward work, they need also to have a collaborative capability with human in the factory. So that's where the overlap area here, we call it collaborative robot or cobot. Okay. So I want to focus more into the service robotics. So service robotics is divided by two. One is service robotic for professional use. Yeah. For example, robot for warehouses, for medical, yeah, robot for military and so on. So this is a robot, service robot that being designed for specific use. And then there is a service robot for domestic and personal use. So this is where the robot work closely with human, to serve humans, to become a human companion, to teach our kids at home or at school. So this is where the service robotic for domestic and personal use. Okay, and then let's focus on this service robotic for professional use. So for professional use, there's several segments that are being classified under the category of application of the robot. There is robot for agriculture, robot for construction, robot for logistics, and so on. So this is the group of application that the service robot will be part of it. Okay. And we have seen also a lot of robot being used in farming right now, AGV, and also robot that being used in medical to do surgery. And we also have a robot that able to help people walking, for those who cannot walk because of the injury or anything. So there's a robot that able to help them to walk. And also a robot that helps our household works, like cleaning, doing our household things. Okay. All right. So far, any questions? Guys, are you still there?
So far, so good, sir.
So far, so good. No questions. Any idea? Anything you want to share?
Tak ada sir.
Ada? Sure, semua okay? Semua boleh terima?
Nak tanya, kat robot sekarang ada yang boleh kita letak emotion ke dalam dia?
Ada dah mula dah. Ada some robot dah ada capability to understand human emotion. Farhad, Pepper, ini ada robot yang dah ada capability lah. Cuma untuk understand the human emotion tu, we need to put a lot of machine learning inside the robot lah. And then we have to train the robot with different type of face, different reaction of face, and so on. In my company, kita dah ada software yang boleh understand emotion lah sekarang ni. And this software kita boleh masukkan sama ada dalam robot, dalam device, ataupun if you want just put it on your laptop, to analyze your emotion also can. So this is a software that we have right now.
So, kalau the manufacturing of robots dah makin tersebar, maknanya security software, cyber security pun kena naik ikut setaraf dengan robotik lah kan? Sebab
betul.
dia akan prone dengan hacking ke, kalau orang ada niat-niat yang jahat ke.
Betul. Sebab dia actually dia kena develop together. All pillar of the industry itu, they need to grow together, because when the machine want to enter into human environment, there's a lot of conflict. Banyak konflik akan berlaku. Dan security is one of the crucial thing lah. Either physical security or the cyber security. So right now, this has become a very big business actually. The security business, even in government punya level pun, they need a very robust and persistent cyber security software ataupun cyber security protection. So this cyber security company actually making a lot of money by increasing a threat and also creating so-called macam network to protect it. So this has become a very big industry right now.
So maknanya semua pillars dalam industri 4.0 ni is a coming investment lah kan? So sebab
betul.
Kita itu yang akan replace macam-macam benda kan?
Dia macam dia very fast tau sekarang. Kalau kita tengok, kalau you perasan tadi dekat slide tadi, macam industri 1 ke 2 tu take 100 years. 2 ke 3 tu dah shorten to 70, 60, and 3 ke 4 tu not even 50 years, about 30 years. So the time lapse tu indicating how the machine evolve. how the processing power become faster, and how actually the hardware development tu need to become faster lah. So if kalau kita compare the capability of kita sendiri adopting the teknologi ni, kita lebih cepat berbanding dengan dulu. Ya, kalau dulu orang still very skeptical in order to use certain teknologi, ya, tapi sekarang kita lebih terbuka. Very soon macam autonomous car kan, semua orang takut nak naik kita tak ada driving kan. Ada yang kata ini insurans tak boleh nak cover kan, so on. Tapi ini semua adalah regulatory issue, ya, regulation yang boleh diubah dengan cepat, ya, at the regulatory level lah, ya. Jadi kita nak tak nak macam you see macam food delivery punya industry kan, it's very fast kan, not even 5 years saya ingat, ya, especially during the pandemic. This pandemic semua orang dah boleh menerima kenyataan, makanan you tak perlu nak keluar pergi beli pun, ya. Semua orang dah boleh terima kenyataan tu. Bukan isu yang besar dah sekarang ni, ya. Jadi kita sendiri, society kita sekarang lebih terbuka untuk menerima teknologi, ya. Jadi kita sama ada kita nak menjadi pengguna teknologi ataupun be part of that technology punya grow lah, so kita nak ada dekat mana, ya. Kalau kita nak at the consumer side, maybe we can enjoy our life better, tapi kalau kita berada di dalam industri itu sendiri, let's say kita berada dalam, kita jadi software engineer yang create the delivery system macam Panda ataupun Grab, so we are actually making money, we are making life of it, yeah, we are making it as a career, yeah. So it's up to us, kita nak berada di consumer side ataupun berada di dalam industri itu sendiri. And as you all, I mean, you are very well educated and have a lot of potential and lot of chances in front of you. So you need to start venturing, understanding the technology and start to see where is your best interest of it. Yeah? You punya passion ada kat mana? Yeah? Kalau you all rasa you all very hardware guys, you all very mechanical kind of people, doesn't matter tau sebenarnya, sebab you all boleh anggapkan you all graduate ni as you punya starting line, ya, kan, untuk you belajar lebih lagi, ya. You boleh belajar software, you can become a software engineer even though you are mechanical engineer student, not a problem at all, ya. Sebab apa? Sebab you dah understand hardware, ya. The best software engineer adalah software engineer yang tahu hardware sebenarnya. Kalau you hardware people, you focus on your things, you will become hardware engineer, not a big problem lah kan, sebab you dah understand. Tapi kalau you venture into something else, you venture into software, you venture into other kind of analytic or something, yeah, is lebih value lebih lah, sebab you dah faham hardware tu, the limitation of the hardware. Sebab software dia tak akan bergerak tanpa hardware, yeah. So that's the things yang we need to grab those opportunity right now lah, yeah. Okay, ada lagi?
Tak ada, sir.
Tak ada. Okay. Okay, kalau tak ada soalan, so kita akan buat satu assignment, ya. This assignment akan masuk dalam markah lah. So saya nak semua orang pick up, kita ada 11 pillar tadi kan dalam industri 4.0. Saya akan share slide dalam group nanti. So you pick up satu pillar daripada 11 tu. Okay. Topik dia senang je, ya. You pick up satu pillar and then you investigate that pillar. Kan? For example, you ambil autonomous robot, kan? You do study on that autonomous robot. Apa dia autonomous robot? What is the segment of it? Kat mana digunakan? Apa application, ya? Saya tak restrict any of the segment dalam tu. It's up to you untuk explore, ya. Kalau you pilih AI, go deeper into AI, ya. Come out dengan satu report, report yang you buat untuk diri you, ya, bukan you buat report untuk saya, ya. supaya you all faham tentang pillar yang you all pilih tu, ya. Okay, so you boleh freely choose between the 11 pillar and then submit to me around 1 week time, boleh? Seminggu? Boleh? Ya. Bawa dalam report apa tu A4 paper. Any kind of style okay. As long kat depan tu ada nama lah. Ada nama biasalah ya. Kita punya standard template untuk report. Yang belakang tu freestyle. Ya. Tajuk dia and then macam mana you nak elaborate is up to you. Ya. The more you investigate, the more you learn, the more you write, you will be deepen your understanding about that particular thing. Boleh?
Ni sir, ini individual ke grouping?
Individual. Grouping susah nak buat time online je ni ya. Lagipun saya nak you all personally have interest on what you're doing ya. So you buat individually. Saya akan share juga satu email address untuk you punya submission. So masa you punya submission tu tulis nama sebab saya ramai student, nanti susah saya nak bermakar. Nama, kelas mana dengan nombor student lah. Okay. And then this is assignment 1 tulis itu assignment 1. Boleh yang lain ni tak muncul video ni, ada ke tak ada ni?
Sir, yang due date tadi bila sir?
Seminggu boleh tak?
Kalau lebihkan sikit boleh tak sir?
Boleh. It's up to you.
Dalam 2 minggu ke?
2 minggu, boleh? 2 minggu. Tak ada masalah.
Terima kasih sir.
Ya? Okay? Right. Ada soalan lagi? Apa?
Itu sir.
Mhm.
Okay, kalau untuk yang content report tu kita tak kisah letak apa-apa, macam nak letak news pasal tak kisah.
Bukan saya tak kisah. You sepatutnya kisahlah apa yang nak
Yalah.
tu. Kan? Maksudnya bagi report tu nampak something yang you belajar lah. Yang penting yang you learn about that. Sebab you buat report jangan buat untuk saya. Saya bagi markah je. Kan? You buat report untuk diri you, untuk you faham. Okay?
Okay, terima kasih.
Lain? Okay, kalau tak ada apa-apa, saya tengah cuba nak organize satu lagi online training. Mungkin lah, saya tengah set up dengan trainer saya. Mungkin on computer vision kot. Mungkin mungkin kalau tak minggu ni, minggu depan kita start. So computer vision kalau tak pun on data analytics lah. InsyaAllah. Mungkin dalam 2 minggu punya training. Online training untuk replace kita punya lab hari Khamis tu. Okay? Alright. Okay, itu je saya ingat hari ni. Kalau tak ada apa-apa, kalau ada soalan boleh share dalam group. Okay, take care everyone. Stay healthy. Okay, and stay motivated. Okay. Alright. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alright. Thank you sir.
Salam. Thank you sir.
Salam sir.
Thank you sir.
Thank you sir.